name's Nisha, and this is a pick a card reading to find out what next for your career. I've got 9 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is the Unakite. Group 2 is the Fluorite. Group 3 is the Howlite. Group 4 is the Amethyst. Group 5 is the Jade. Group 6 is the Rose Quartz. Group 7 is the White Quartz. Group 8 is the Sodalite. And Group 9 is the Pink Moonstone. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice, otherwise I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be in the description box below. You can also find details of my personal readings, my Patreon where we do exclusive pick a card readings, channeled readings, and monthly zodiac readings, as well as my Instagram and Twitter if you'd like to come and follow me. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how this resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and join the Tarot and Chill family, and I will see you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the Unakite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have affirmations. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Guardian Angel. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Adventures. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Four of Wands. And the Eight of Swords. And then from the Muse Tarot, you have the Page of Materials, which is the Page of Pentacles. And the Two of Emotions reversed, which is the Two of Cups reversed. Let's check you guys can see all the cards. It looks okay. And then finally, I've got some channel messages for you. And you have a body of work to talk about. Goals to meet. It was 111 when I said that as well. And loaded. Well, really interesting. It does seem like you will reach a stage of a project that will make you very happy. It's something to celebrate. And I do feel like it's something that will kind of draw other people to you. It's like other people might notice what you're doing and want to celebrate with you. So for some of you, this could be like a promotion and all of your colleagues are really happy for you. But for most of you, I feel like you're doing something quite independently with a body of work to talk about. It's like a project you have on your own that it seems like nobody else is helping you. I'm feeling like you're doing it without any help. But once you are at the point where you can celebrate, it feels like you'll want to share it with everyone. You'll want to shout about it. And I feel like people will be very impressed with you. And I feel once you meet this goal, once you meet this stage of your project, you're going to want to move straight on to the next thing with the Page of Pentacles here. It feels like you're ready to do something big and ready to try new things, I'm seeing, because it's like you're accomplishing something that's big, but it feels like it's like the entry level, like the graduating stage. And once you do it, it's like you immediately have new goals that you want to meet. I'm also feeling with loaded here, financially, this looks very lucrative. With the Page of Pentacles, it seems like you guys will have more money to play with and more options, more ideas, more potential. I feel like more ability to meet your goals, more ability to progress. But I do feel this sense of nervousness right now. It feels like you are ready and like this project is ready and everything you're doing is ready. But I'm also seeing you need to give yourself some confidence. You need to talk yourself up about it. You need to tell yourself you're ready, because it feels like inside you are, and it feels like, again, like the project is ready or it will be ready in the future, because this is what's next. But I am seeing you guys kind of talking yourself out of it at times, as well as talking yourself up and being very confident. I'm seeing there's moments of doubt, moments where you will suffer a bit with regards to your self-esteem, where you'll wonder if you can do what you want to do. And I do feel a sense of you wanting to maybe not communicate with people until it's done, until you have met your goals. Maybe wanting to hide away from people a bit until you meet your goals, to not share it. I'm feeling currently you might not be very impressed with something you've done, like you might feel a bit shy about something. You might not be seeing the potential, seeing how great something is, and like choosing not to share it. But I feel like in the future you're going to feel more like letting other people celebrate with you again. That keeps coming through. And progressing and having the confidence to progress. I do feel like it's like a little pause right now for you to just get your confidence. And then you'll be doing something new in the future. It feels like after you complete whatever you're working on now, whatever you're planning now, whatever your goal is now, there's going to be something brand new that's flourishing, that's growing, that you'll be really excited about. I also feel... I've just realised this is the 7 of Cups and not the 2. Sorry, it's really hard to see upside down. And I don't use this deck very often, so sorry about that. But yeah, I do still feel the message coming through very strongly about you like not wanting to share your work. But what I'm picking up on is you feeling a bit more certain about this as well with the 7 of Cups reversed. And again, that's like strengthening what I'm feeling about you feeling ready. But what I'm feeling is there might be a lot of options right now. And you might not really be sure which direction you want to go in, especially with like projects and things that you're working on. It could be a career direction, something that you want to study. For some of you, you could be graduating and then you want to start something new and you're not really sure what to study right now. But I feel like after a period of just trying new things and seeing where life takes you, you're going to really know and you're going to stop wanting to like look at different options and really be focused on your goals again. So yeah, it's a sense of you meeting your goals, having a little playtime, and then feeling very certain of where you're going and not having so much doubt anymore. And again, with this Guardian Angel card, it feels like it's ready. It feels like it's very encouraged, and Spirit wants to encourage you is what I feel. So I really hope you enjoyed that group 1. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Fluorite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Rainbow Dragon. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Strength and Guidance. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Transformation. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have Temperance. And the Four of Swords. And then from the Muse Tarot, you have the Wheel. The Fool. And the Chariot. Finally, you have some channeled messages, and you have somebody is interested in your work. Unaware of a worry right now. And plotting. With Spirit saying unaware of a worry in the Four of Swords, it does feel like there's something on the horizon that you're going to be a bit anxious about, a bit concerned about, and it's something that it's not an issue right now, but it maybe will be in a few weeks, I'm hearing. A few weeks or a few days, even for some of you, it might be sooner. But I feel like you're going to manage very well. I feel like it's going to be difficult. But I'm seeing you managing to keep your balance and managing to stay on top of things. So it's like, it's just a worry. It's not like a serious problem. But it's like something that you're not currently aware of, that you're going to be seeing in a while, that will make you feel really concerned. But yeah, like I said, I'm seeing you guys getting on top of this and making sure that everything's okay still. And I do feel like situations are changing around you, so there might not be anything you can do to prevent anything. So it's like not really... It feels not really worth worrying about, but I feel like the worry energy will kind of force you to put in a lot of effort to make your own changes. to make your own choices, to make things happen for yourself, to be determined. And I'm also seeing something you're doing and something you're putting out there is going to go very far. It's going to be very big. It feels like you're taking a risk with something. Taking a risk with something that's like a bit of a change for you. It might be like you're changing jobs, changing careers, or trying something different with your work, or trying a new approach, or like asking somebody something, like asking for a raise. Anything like that, but it feels like some sort of risk you're taking that is going to be very good for you. It's going to be very prosperous. But yeah, I do feel like there might be some things to worry about in the meantime. There's some business to take care of. There's some little issues to take care of. There's some minor problems that you need to deal with. And I do see you worrying about them, but like after you worry a little bit, you're going to get on top of them. You're going to squish the worries, squish the problems really quickly. But yeah, I do feel like things are quite temperamental in your future. Like they can go either way. It does feel like there's a lot of energy of success. There's a lot of energy of things going well and your risks taking off. But at the same time, there is this energy of like little minor issues that you have to stay on top of, that you have to be aware of. And what I'm feeling for you guys, you are very adaptable, you're very clever, you're very quick to make decisions and quick to take action and quick to change if you need to change. So I feel like you're not going to struggle with this energy. You're going to be fine. You're going to manage to stay on top. You're going to manage to do whatever's the best thing for that time. You're going to do the best you can do with the circumstances you have and make something better of it, is what I'm feeling. But I do see you not always feeling 100% confident about it. And I do see you having to take a long time to plan. At certain moments, it's not something where it feels like it's like a big risk and you're trying something new and you're being spontaneous and you're being flexible. But I feel like some of the things are not spontaneous. Like you do have to try different ways. You have to experiment. You have to learn. You have to be prepared. You have to kind of test different ways and plan and find the best one and kind of think about your future. But I feel like once you have the plan organized and once you've got the ball rolling and once you take the first step, it feels like everything's going to go really beautifully for you. And I feel like you're really shining. You're shining in your work, like you're shining to your superiors or to people who you're trying to make an impression to, like customers, for example. For example, if you're trying to like sell an idea, it could be investors. It feels like people are very impressed by you. And people are very interested. And I feel like you're attracting a lot of people. It's like a flock. People flocking to you, and it might have been quite lonely at first. Like I'm seeing the sense of you maybe trying for a long time in different ways and finding it's not really working for you. But what I'm seeing is in the future, you have like this destined change that comes from you worrying about some stuff and having to be strong. But I feel like on the other side of that is you doing something really big that really attracts notice, that attracts attention, that attracts money. And especially acclaim and fame and things like that. More so than money, I would say. It feels like financially you're just about managing and things have the potential to change for the better at any minute. But yeah, do keep in mind they also have the potential to change for the worse. So do stay planning. And when these little issues come up, do try to take care of them as quickly as you can. Try not to sit around worrying about them for too long. Because it feels like you have the power to do whatever you need to do. And whatever you want to do as well. And I do feel like the universe is kind of giving you opportunities to change, to transform, to alter things. To try different approaches. And especially if you're doing something creative, like say if you're trying to do YouTube or you're trying to do fashion design or you're trying to do filmmaking. If you do have like a small audience right now and you feel like it's not paying off for you and you're really worried about maybe not being as good as you thought you were, I feel like the fact that you have a small audience is allowing you to kind of change and experiment and try different things and not be boxed in. And what I'm seeing is what you're changing your style to, whatever you're changing your approach to, or even changing your career to. It's something that's going to really work for you. It's something that you're going to be amazing at, and people are going to really appreciate your work and appreciate what you do. So I really hope you enjoyed that group too. It looks like really good energy once you get past the little rough patch. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and join the Tarot and Chill family. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you again next time. Take care. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Howlite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Illusion. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Surrender. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Power. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Hermit. And the Magician. And then from the Muse Tarot, you have the Hierophant. And Justice. Wow, very major energy. It does feel like you're doing something very big with the Magician here and all these major cards. Literally all majors, and you have power here. But at the same time, I do feel like right now you may be going through a period where you're very much doubting what you're doing. I feel like you may be trying to figure out what is possible, what's achievable, what is available to you and what's not available. It might not be very clear right now. But in the future, because this is what's next, I do see you kind of just going with that energy and allowing your talents to shine as a result. It's like you're kind of accepting that you may not always get what you want and things may not always be perfect. But I feel like you're going to realize there's certain things that you're good at and try and make the most of your skills and the talents that you have. And I feel like you are very talented. You're very good at a lot of things. I feel like there may be something particular that you do that might be online. It may be something that you can kind of do alone at home and online. And something where you can make quite a big impact, I feel, on quite a lot of people. It's something where you can reach a lot of people and it feels like something quite good. Something right, something just, something kind of balanced. Like it might be also something you can add on top of your current thing, like a side job or something. But I feel for some of you it's going to be like a tough journey to get there. But I feel that you're going to find what's meant for you. It's like you don't need to worry about all the options and the choices. Because once you surrender to the difficulty of your situation, if it is difficult, or the lack of knowing, it feels like you are really going to just find what you like to do and what you do best. And what I'm seeing is through you doing that, it's going to be quite easy to find opportunities if it's not something you can do as a business online or anything. It feels like you'll be able to easily find opportunities, like for example, job listings. This could be on LinkedIn, it could be on Facebook, it could be anywhere, it could even be word of mouth. But I'm feeling strongly that you're going to put your all into doing something. And it feels like it doesn't matter what it is, it's just something that you do that will make you money and also give you a sense of purpose. This is going to give you a sense of meaning and also a sense of like power, like you're very inspirational to a lot of people, I feel, in the future. Like you're going to be somebody people are impressed with, somebody people respect, somebody people admire, somebody people look up to. Some of you may be doing some sort of consultancy, especially like online, being an online consultant, or maybe online tutoring, something like that, mentoring. This could also be sharing your talents online. So if you do make music or you do something big, it feels like there might be some sort of platform. It could be like a new platform, maybe a new website that you will find out about, or a new service that can help you, like someone to promote your work, or maybe a way that you can promote your work. Especially if you're a business owner, I feel you may be able to make your business a lot bigger and bring more people in. It may have been just you, and I feel like you can grow it to become something big in the future. Because it feels like it is something right. It's like something that's meant to be in the world. I want to say, especially if it's a product that you've invented, you may have been working on your own to invent something and be really unsure if it's even going to work or not. And I feel like once you kind of accept the maybe not knowing and just try it anyway, I do feel like whatever's meant to be will be, but it feels like it is meant to be, is what I'm feeling. So yeah, especially if you're doing something alone right now, it feels like it's going to be eventually something that draws other people to you, that kind of unites you with people. And it also feels like something very, very bright and something very, very big. So I hope you enjoyed that group 3. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Amethyst. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Communication. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Composure. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Leadership and Forgiveness. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. And then from the Muse Tarot, you have the Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Wands, I think. And then the Ace of Inspiration, which is the Ace of Wands. Sorry for the strange layout, these cards are a bit different. Then finally you have a channeled message, and you have Very Nearly There. Very interesting that that's all Spirit chose to say. It does feel like you kind of need to stay calm for now, to stay chill, to stay patient, to stay working. But you might feel very tired and exhausted and fed up. And I'm feeling like you still have a lot of inspiration, and in the future you're going to feel a lot more inspired again is what I'm feeling. But it's like you just don't have energy to express it, I'm feeling. But at the same time, I'm feeling what you're going to be doing is staying very focused, staying very disciplined, staying on top of it. You're going to continue no matter what, even when you do feel tired. It's just that you might have days where you feel less inspired. But eventually what I'm seeing is you're going to really make something of yourself with this King of Wands and then Ace of Wands energy. It feels like you're going to keep going with your current mission, and you're going to accomplish it, and you're going to become kind of big. Like in the current career you're in, it feels like you're going to become quite advanced, I want to say. And I almost feel like you're going to get to the point where you find it boring because you're so used to it and you find it so easy. And I'm definitely feeling like you being in charge, getting to the stage where you're a manager, getting to the stage where you're a director, a CEO, somebody who tells others what to do. And I do feel like it's going to come really naturally to you. It's going to be easy for you once you get there. Some of you might already be there, but I also feel that you'll feel a bit dull with it. It's something in the future, like you're going to feel dull at certain points of this career and you're going to want to start a new one. It might just be that you get so far that there's nowhere else to go. It feels like you're going to constantly need new inspiration anyway, even if you do stay in this career that you're doing right now. It feels like once you get really big and once you get really successful, you're going to want to think about new things and get new inspirations and new projects and new hobbies. And for some of you, I feel like your hobbies are going to develop into something big. Like your hobbies might develop into your career. It may not be right now. This one feels like quite far in the future. But at the same time, I feel like there's a big goal that you're really, really nearly there with, and you just have to keep going a bit longer. You have to keep putting in effort a bit longer. You have to keep making sacrifices a bit longer. You have to keep being resourceful a bit longer. It feels like you have enough money to go around and money's going to be good, but you will have to stay a little bit on top of the situation. Like I feel like you kind of have what you need for the most part, and you might need to make more use of it. And yes, you may need to spend some extra money here and there, but I feel like you can try to make the most of what you already have to avoid spending too much and save as much as you can to be able to get to the next level is what I'm feeling. And I do see you becoming someone who is a leader, someone who other people look to for advice, for wisdom, for guidance. And again, that might be a bit annoying at times. You might want to go back to doing something a bit easier. You might not want loads of people relying on you and things like that. I feel some important information coming with regards to your career soon. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but you might miss the call I'm seeing. It might come on a day where you're not really available, you might not be feeling well, you might be tired, you might be in bed, I'm hearing. It might be very early in the morning or very late at night, because it could be someone in a different time zone, I'm hearing. So they might call you at a very funny hour or something, or email you, and I feel like you might miss the communication at first, but it feels like something that really helps you to get ahead, helps you to move forwards in your career. It's like an opportunity. It may be with someone you've worked with in the past, and maybe it went a bit wrong, but they want to offer you like another chance, another opportunity. I strongly feel there's communication coming, so do try to keep your eye on your phone, try not to miss messages. But at the same time, think about what you really want, because I do see you guys making a success of things. And I also see that you might find what you're doing a bit dissatisfying at times, but you're being encouraged to continue, to stick it out, to keep putting effort in, to keep with it until you don't feel satisfied long term. Like if it's just a bad day or a few bad days or a bad month, then don't quit. But if you've had like 5 years of hating your job, then it might be time to think about what else to do. At least think about it. Like, you don't have to quit your job, but just think about it. And yeah, if you're just having a bad day or a bad week, then please don't quit, don't give up. You can take the day to rest, but try and stay aware. Because I feel like really good opportunities are coming in, and you might have got tired of waiting, but I feel like they're coming really soon. You're going to get communication very soon. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that. It feels like really good opportunities are coming very soon, very fresh ones. And also, like, it feels like you're going to be tying up some old things that you've been working on for a long time, which is going to enable you to start fresh opportunities. So yeah, keep your eyes open. Don't get distracted from the potential for opportunities by feeling tired and fed up, I'm hearing. So thank you so much for watching Group 4. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below. And leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Jade. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Exploration. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Friendship and Union. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Happiness. From the Moon Witch Tarot, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. And then from the Muse Tarot, you have the Queen of Materials, which is the Queen of Pentacles again. Very interesting. And then the Four of Materials, which is the Four of Pentacles. Wow, it really feels like you guys are getting money. You guys are getting money. And it feels very good. It feels like you might be partnering with someone. For some of you, this could be a friend. Some of you, this could be a business partner. Some of you, this could be your actual partner. But it feels like you're going to be spoiled, maybe, by somebody else in your life who might have made it. Or somebody else who's living with you. Like, it might be that they're buying really nice things for themselves, so they buy nice things for you. And they're making money, so they just let you have whatever you want. It could also be that you're making it and you're bringing other people with you. For some of you, you might be a business owner and your business is growing so big that you have to get someone else in. And I feel the energy of you maybe choosing between two potential people to hire. And I feel like they might be friends. It might be like you can choose between two friends, and I feel like there's a specific one who really stands out as someone who can manage. Someone who's boss, someone who you would trust, someone who's reliable, someone who can match the energy of the business and what you want. But yeah, I feel like you may have to be cautious with like what you pay them at first. Even if you're doing really well, I feel like you may have to just pay them a little bit. It may not be much work that you give them. Likewise, if you're looking for a job, I feel like you may end up with like a little bit of work here and a little bit of work here, and maybe you're doing something on your own. I strongly feel like some of you guys, you're growing your own business or doing something like maybe selling things that you have in your house, but then realizing they're maybe worth money. The kind of thing I'm seeing is like maybe you sell your old clothes and then you realize that it's actually doing quite well, like the business is doing well and you find it enjoyable. And then you might end up maybe thrifting items to sell, something like that. I also feel, especially if you're already doing a business, if you already have a career that's going well, it feels like it's just going to continue to go well. I'm feeling, again, like there may be a particular person you're partnering with in business. You could be starting a company with your friend. Or your friend could be getting you a job where they work, something like that. But it feels like it's very good money. It feels like the promotional opportunities are very good. It feels like, to be honest, you might be presented with a decision to make, but it feels like there's no wrong answer. So some of you might get presented with an option for one job and then another job, but it feels like they're both very close in salary. So you'll have a decision to make, but it feels like it's an easy decision because it's like a win-win and you just have to make a choice. And I do feel like one of them's got a slightly better pay package, if that's you. But yeah, going back to this energy of you being spoiled, I feel like there's a particular person in your life who wants to give you some more gifts. They might want to help you with a particular goal you have. They might want to pay for a particular thing that you need. And especially if you need something like to start a business, like if it's an investment you need, it feels like you'll get it. I'm feeling abundance with finances. It feels like you're going to be able to save and you're going to have money to spend. At first you might worry, but I feel like you're going to manage to stay in balance, and I feel like you don't really have to worry about holding on so much. It feels like the more you let go, the more things will come back. And I also feel like you're putting a lot back into yourself, like putting money into yourself, investing in yourself, investing in, again, like back into what you're doing, back into your career. Putting money into your career. So if you have a job, it could be like doing a course to help you get a promotion. It could be going back to university to study for like a master's or something, or a PhD. It could also be buying better stock for your business or better equipment, something like that. And I feel like you can afford it because you're making a lot of money in the future. Again, I do feel a lot of growth happening. And I feel like there's growth happening in two areas and you're going to have to split your time between them. And I also feel like you're going to have to split your money between things. You're going to have to really think about what's worth it and what's not worth it. But I honestly feel like you guys are going to be laughing to the bank at some point in your future and you're going to be very happy. And I do see you sharing this with people. But yeah, do be careful who you help. Do be careful who you hire. Because there's some people who are more trustworthy than others. I feel like there's no one who's like a really terrible option. But there just seems like one that's a better person to hire, or one that's a better person to trust, one that's a better person to partner with. And I strongly feel the energy of your friends coming in. So your friends might be, again, like involved in your business, involved in your job. Some of you just might make a lot of friends at work and friends through your businesses and things like that. So it's really great energy. I'm also feeling, with all this money coming in, you're going to get more time off, and I feel like this is not really part of your career. But I feel like you may want to go on some trips far away, and again, you may want to go with your friends. So I really hope you enjoyed that group 5. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below, and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the rose quartz. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Soul Journey. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Intuition and Downloads. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Thriving. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Three of Wands. And the Two of Wands. And then from the Muse Tarot, you have the Two of Voices, which is the Two of Swords. And the Six of Materials, which is the Six of Pentacles. Finally, you have some channeled messages. And you have Living a Bit Recklessly for a Bit. Unbelievable Day. And Leaving a Place Behind. It does seem like there's something very big happening, and it feels like it might be unbelievable in a very good way. It feels like something you may want to remember for a long time, like the kind of day where you want to take a lot of videos, take a lot of photos, make a lot of social media posts about it. The kind of day you want to share with your friends, you want to tell them. It's like news coming in, I'm seeing. News that makes you feel very happy, that makes you feel like you can live a bit recklessly, like you don't have to worry so much. And I feel like there's a lot of potential available to you. There's like a lot of different opportunities for your future, and you're going to start to see them. I feel like you may start to receive a lot of different news of a lot of different opportunities. Maybe via communication, via social networks, via messages, via DMs, via emails. Even via LinkedIn and Twitter and just like boards and information and things like that. But I'm seeing you finding new opportunities that you want to go towards in your future, but not being 100% sure about them. What I'm seeing is things are going to be very good for you, so Spirit kind of wants you to be a bit less cautious, a bit more ready to go for things that you really want to, that you're very passionate about, because it feels like it is part of your journey. It is very important. I'm feeling for some of you might be moving abroad, moving very far away. And it does seem like quite a big deal. It feels like you may have to get rid of quite a lot of stuff. You may have to adjust your behaviors, adjust your lifestyle, adjust your spending. But it feels very worthwhile, and it does feel like you're very guided to do this. It feels like you're getting, again, like spiritual messages, not just practical messages. Some of these people and some of these opportunities you may not want to respond to straight away. Like, you're going to have to look at all of them and think about what you have time for. I feel like you may be very popular and have a lot of people interested in you. Especially if you're a contractor or somebody who has your own business, like if you're a hairstylist or an MUA or somebody like that, a builder, a plumber. It feels like you're going to be booked and busy, and maybe also wanting some time off and wanting to make new plans and wanting to make arrangements for things for the future. And it feels like it's quite a lot going on, and you're going to have to stay tuned into your own guidance. So there's some times when you may want some time off from work, from career, to focus on other things, other projects, fun, maybe just being a bit reckless. Maybe you'll earn enough money so you don't have to worry. I feel like you might be able to live off your savings for a bit. You might be able to live off what you've already earned and not spend too much. And yeah, I'm also seeing the energy of you getting rid of some stuff and maybe earning some money back from that you can use for something else. And it does feel like you're getting really good opportunities that will allow you to see further ahead, that will allow you to advance further. And it feels like a development is happening, like you're progressing with something. I feel like there might be moments of stop, there may be moments of pause, there may be moments where you reassess what you're doing. I'm seeing moments where you think about whether you should do things or not, whether you should stay with what you're doing or try something new, whether you should move, whether you should go for things. But it feels like you will guide yourself in the right direction, and I feel like your future's looking very bright. So thank you so much for watching Group 6. I really hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the white quartz. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Retreat. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Earth and Ground. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Relaxation. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Lovers. And the Ten of Swords reversed. And then from the Muse Tarot, you have the Lovers. Very interesting. And the Four of Inspiration, which is the Four of Wands. I'm feeling like you're going to get a break from stressing so much about your career with Retreat, Earth and Ground, Relaxation, the Ten of Swords reversed. It feels like you are going to... What I'm seeing is some of you might be getting married, and your partner may be wanting you to rest and not work and not do so much so you can be there for them. Some of you may be reaching a stage of a project where you just don't have to rush, you don't have to work, you don't have to worry anymore. It's like maybe you finish a huge project at work and your boss gives you some time off, or your boss just gives you a break. That's the kind of vibe I'm feeling. It's like maybe someone else steps in to give you a break. So it could be your boss or it could be your partner. Or it could just be that you reach a stage of a project where you don't have to work anymore. And yeah, I'm seeing you're going to relax, you're going to stop worrying about your career, you're going to spend more time with your friends. Spend more time with people you love, and I feel like that's going to be really beneficial for you. You're going to get really inspired through doing that. Other people around you will make you feel more alive again, because it feels like you've been really exhausted. It feels like you've been overworking and overdoing it, and once you're able to, I feel like you're going to really want to just relax. And what I'm seeing is you're going to be able to relax soon. So yeah, even though this is a career reading, I'm not going to talk too much about your career, because it feels like it's going to go really well. It's going to go really well, and you're going to not have to worry about it. You're going to stop worrying. You're going to stop having to put in so much effort every single day and waiting for things to pay off and like waiting for communication about things. Yeah, especially with communication, I feel like someone's communicating with you and it's allowing you to complete a project. Or maybe allowing you to relax, like maybe someone else is taking care of something so you don't have to do it. It might have been something that was really overloading you, something that seemed like too much pressure. And yeah, you may just receive an offer from someone else who wants to help you. I'm also seeing a strong energy of partnership, so it could be a business partnership forming that again makes your life easier, so you stop overworking. You could even be forming a whole team of different people. Especially if you're currently in a partnership, you could be forming with another partnership and like merging your companies, merging your businesses so that you all have an easier life and so that the vibe is better and so that you're more inspired. I strongly feel like what you're doing is kind of reaching other people and they may be doing the same thing as you and you may be inspiring each other, collaborating, working with each other, and it's like you really don't have to stress about it. The opportunities will come to you naturally. And I feel like they're very easy for you. Like it's stuff you're very capable of and you won't have to overwork, you won't have to try too hard. I'm also seeing you fit in with people. Like if you have a new job, you really fit in with your colleagues and they really like you and you don't have to try. And in general, if you're trying to put yourself out there, if you're trying to get a job, I feel like you don't have to try so hard to be liked. It feels like you express yourself very well, you communicate very well, and I feel like you'll be hired, no problem, if that's you. So yeah, stop worrying, stop stressing, get a rest. Especially if you have currently completed a project or just received good news, it feels like it is time for you to take a break. But if not, then it feels like a break is coming for you soon anyway, so just don't worry, don't stress, keep going if you have to. And yeah, definitely ask for help if there's people around or communicate with people because it feels like other people can really benefit you at this time. So I hope you enjoyed that group 7. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Sodalite. Let's see what cards you have. In the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Rest. From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Harmony and Resolution. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Security. From the Moon Witch Tarot, you have the Page of Wands. And the Ten of Wands. And then from the Muse Tarot, you have the Hermit. And the Hanged Muse, which is the Hanged Man. Very interesting. It feels like you're starting a new project. It's something you're very inspired about. In the future, it feels like you're going to be starting. It's going to be a lot of work for you to pull it off. I feel like you may have to do this all by yourself. It may be too much, almost, for one person to do. And I feel like you may have to take a break. You may want to get it all finished in one go. Some of you might manage. I feel like some of you are going to be so driven that you manage to get it done and then rest. But some of you might have to take a break before you can finish it. You might realize you need to communicate with others. You might need help. But yeah, this feels like something new and it feels like quite a lot of effort to learn it as well as to actually accomplish what you want. So for some of you could be starting a brand new career or intending to, and it might take quite a while. This could even be things like applying for college, applying for courses, applying for jobs, and it feels like you're going to have to put in a lot of effort and the effort may not pay off right now. It might be something where you're very, very inspired and you have to do loads of work and then you may have to just like sit back and wait for the results to come in. It could also be exams. Some of you might be a student and what I'm seeing is you don't have to worry, but it feels like you do have to put in a lot of effort. You have to work very hard. You have to stay focused, you have to stay inspired, and you may feel a bit isolated and a bit lonely at times. You may feel like it's backbreaking, the amount of work you have to do, even if you're not a student. But I feel like you will meet your goals. It's just going to be a bit of a wait. It's like a wait between the time when you put in loads of effort and the time when you see results. But what I'm seeing is in the process of you doing this thing, you're going to get a lot of clarity about yourself. You're going to get a lot of information about your own desires, your own wishes, what you want. And I do feel like you're going to get rest at the end of a period of very hard work. So yeah, it's worth trying to finish as much as you can. It's worth not quitting too soon. Because I feel like once you're finished, even if you don't see the results immediately, you're going to feel very satisfied with yourself. I'm also seeing some of you are changing your perspective about the work you do and about the career you have. It may be something that you started out very passionate about, but it's turned into a lot of work. And you may want to go off and do something else. You may want to go off and find yourself. You may want to take a break from your career, a long break, to focus on other things. And with the security card, I do feel like you're going to be financially okay. You're going to be fine. You're going to have enough to do that if you want to take a break. It feels like you're going to be okay. Especially if you are putting in a lot of effort right now, a lot of overtime, it feels like you'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, it feels like you need a period of isolation, you need a period of rest, you need a period to just be. Just chill, just hang out and do nothing. But at the same time, it's like your mind is going to be very active. Your mind is still focused on your career. So yeah, it feels like you're taking a break, but it's not like some other groups I've done, it's like a really fun holiday, but it feels like for you guys, it's just a break to be alone. A break to not have to do physically so much, but you're still focused, you're still thinking, you're still passionate, or trying to find the passion, trying to find the inspiration. I almost forgot your channel messages. I've forgotten in almost every group now. I'm really tired. Sorry about this, guys. But your channel messages are unprepared and unaware. Lots of discussions about things. Starting fresh. And hundreds of things to say. I do feel like there's a lot going on in your future with this Ten of Wands energy and the Page of Wands. Like, it does feel like you're starting a new project, and it does feel like there's a lot going on and there's a lot to tell you about. And yeah, for some of you might have a lot of meetings at work. You might just have a very busy, for some of you this could be quite mundane. It's just like a very busy week at work. A lot of communication with colleagues, a lot of business communications, a lot of meetings, business meetings. I feel like you will have time to relax and rest afterwards. It's like just a very short burst of hard work. Hard work and being very focused and active for those of you that applies for. But yeah, I'm seeing this strong, with starting fresh and the Page of Wands, it does feel like a strong desire to do something new, to figure out a new project, or to finish a new project, or to start a new project. But I feel like you may not be ready. Like, there may be some loose ends to tie up before you can physically start. I also feel like you may just need a physical rest before you can physically start a new project, because it does, again, feel like you've been working really, really, really hard. It feels like you're very exhausted and there are some things to tie up. With Spirit saying unprepared and unaware, it feels like there may be some current things that you maybe not certain if you're really finished and really ready to move on. There may be certain issues that will come up that you can't see right now. Like, for example, you might feel like you finish something and then later you have to go back. It's the kind of energy like maybe you go through all the work you've done and you spot a little mistake after you've had like a rest and you have fresh eyes and you have to go back and finish. And you might be already thinking about the next project you want to start, but then you have to go back. And yeah, I do feel like you may have a lot of people talking to you and a lot of things to talk to other people about, in order to resolve problems and to get things finished and to get things started. But they may not be very helpful. You may find that you end up having to do a lot of things yourself. But I hope you enjoyed that anyway. It does look like you're at least going to get a rest, and it does look like with a lot of effort you can manage to finish and make an impact on your projects. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that group 8. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the pink Moonstone. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Energy Balance, From the Angel Guide Oracle, you have Cut the Cords. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Simplicity. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Knight of Wands and the Empress. And then from the Muse Tarot, you have the Eight of Inspiration, which is the Eight of Wands, and the Devil. Sorry, I'm just trying to fit everything. And you also have some channeled messages. And you have Very Near. It's very exciting. Listening. Can't really tell you right now. And something to see about. It feels like things are quite uncertain right now with Spirit's messages, but what I'm seeing is in the future you're going to become very, very, very busy with your career. Extremely booked and busy and working very hard. Very, very, very productive, and I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of work done in a very short amount of time. Being very impressive, managing to tackle projects, managing to tackle problems, managing to really like propel yourself very far. It's like accelerated movement, accelerated progress, accelerated development. But with you being so busy, I do feel like you need to cut some activities and things and people out. It feels like you need more simplicity. You need your life to be more straightforward. It's like the more space you have around you, the further your career is going to go, the further it's going to progress for you, and the quicker it will progress. What I'm feeling is there's people around you who may want to prevent your progress. There's people around you who may want to interfere, and situations that are threatening to interfere with your progress, to stop you once you've got going. So yeah, I do feel like it's time to refresh your situation and make it very simple. Get rid of anything that you don't need. Get rid of people who are negative and toxic and interfering. Allow yourself some space to move and grow, because it feels like you need it, because you are going to be growing and improving and going very far. I do feel like, despite saying there's certain people who won't want the best for you, there's going to be very good people to support you. Especially your partner, your father, your mother. It feels like very close people will support you. But you may have other toxic people in your environment who you have to let go of. Like kind of fake friends, people like that, like the kind of relatives who want to take your money and things like that once you make it. So do try to block off people. It feels like that would be very relevant for you. I also feel like there may be moments when you feel very negative about what you're doing, but it feels like it is very near for you, and I feel like it's going to not take that long in your world. It's like sometimes for us, Spirit says things are near and it's not actually very near for us. It's like it's near for Spirit and Spirit's timing, but for us it might be like months, and that might be really difficult for us. But this one feels like it's genuinely near for you, like in your eyes and how you would feel about near. What I'm feeling is you're not going to notice the time pass. You're going to be so busy, you're going to be so active that you will barely get time for yourself. And I feel like when you do get time for yourself, you're going to want to be productive in some way. And I feel like a lot of the time you want to take care of yourself. You're going to want to rest. You're going to want to make sure that you are okay. Because I do feel like your career is going to be busy, and I do feel like you're going to be very successful. And I do feel like you're going to be able to manage the busyness, but you will need to keep yourself strong, keep your health good, keep your working environment clean, I'm hearing, to keep your background pure, to eliminate clutter, to eliminate stress, to eliminate problems, to eliminate worries, to eliminate other people who are distractions, other people who are annoying, other people who are toxic, other people who are distressing you. You really can go very far, and I feel like you're going to be very pleased with how things turn out for you. You're not going to mind it. You're going to feel very accomplished. You're going to feel in charge of your situation, and I feel like you will feel braver to let go of things that you don't need. Especially if you do have like 2 jobs right now, I feel like there's going to be one that's especially busy. Some of you might have 2 projects that you're working on that are both very busy, and I feel like it may be not possible to keep them both. You might have to choose which one you are more passionate about, which one is easier, which one is kind of more easy for you to maintain your life alongside. And I feel for some of you, what I'm feeling is you may want to really charge forwards with, if you do have 2 things that you're involved with, you may really, really, really be passionate about one and want to charge forwards with it and want to run towards it. but the universe may send you bouncing back to the other one. It feels like the other one might be the one that you need to focus on. It might not be the thing you think. It might be something else that is like taking you away from negative situations to like bounce you in a different direction where you'll be more comfortable and situated. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It does also feel like you may move soon, but I feel like you may move in a different direction than you think. Like you may want to move it into one area or live in one area. It could be like moving into a specific career area, or it could be a specific area that you want to live. But it feels like spirit may be guiding you to a different area. Maybe you don't realize it yet, but it feels like your life may be more simple with that route. It feels like there's one that leads to like clutter and busyness and toxic people, and the other one leads to cleanness and purity and chill. I also feel like you may find that there's other people who may be going in different directions than you. If you're in charge in work, or if you have someone who's involved with you financially, like your partner, they may have been going against you. They may have been saying no to everything, but I feel like they might be listening more to you, and it might allow you to move forwards quicker. But do be aware that if they are really toxic and they keep saying no and they just want their own way all the time, they might go back to that energy later after you make some progress. So do try to stay independent, try to stay on top of your own stuff. I feel like your partner, in terms of like your romantic partner and your family, are very good. But yeah, there may be other people who are not very good to deal with so much, because it does feel like you're going to be extremely busy. So yeah, really good reading for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.